Well, how's it going, guys? Hope you're all safe and healthy out tonight with Blue. So I'm pretty sure the footage that you will have seen to begin with, we went out the other day and we ended up going to a waterfall. I'm not kidding you when I say I've been out on days when you wouldn't think, and trailheads have just been packed. So we ended up getting to that waterfall pretty late, and it was kind of a case of, well, we could just hunker down, you know, go to sleep basically, nothing really exciting to film, or go home and do something productive the next day. So that's what we decided on. But tonight we came out and we're going to take advantage of these backcountry campsites, because I've got a new tent, or a not new tent, and I'll explain why once we get it set up over there. So let's do that. So this to me is looking like the best spot to set the tent up. Got this here to keep it out of the wind a little bit. Obviously the campfire and the point is right there, so let's get it out and let's talk about it. So it's a Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL3. This is my first ever Big Agnes anything, I believe. It's something I had my eye on for a while actually, and the reason I say it's new, not new, is because I've actually had it a couple months and I haven't used it yet. So I actually got it for my birthday as a birthday present to me. But if you remember me saying in my last video that it was my stepson's birthday, and basically ever since I've known the kid, he's always wanted to go out west, Colorado in particular. So like way back before Christmas I got some real cheap flights to Denver, and my plan was to take him for 4 days at the end of May for his birthday and go do some camping out there and backpacking. And like I said, I've been watching this tent for a while. It just happened to come up on sale around my birthday. I bought it, and yeah, the reason being is I only wanted to have to take one tent on the plane with me for the two of us. And I don't know if you've seen my tents. I've got the little yellow Marmot one-man tent, which is typically what I use when I go by myself tent camping, and then I have a big 4-person tent, which is kind of like the family car camping, canoe tripping tent. So like I say, I've been monitoring this, and there's been a couple times where it's been on sale and I didn't get it, but it sort of fills a hole in our tent gear, because obviously as a family of 3 now we have 2 lightweight backpacking tents. If me and my wife decide to go together, we can use this, and if we decide to go, me, my wife, my stepson, me and my wife can use this, and he can use my little one-man tent, and it's not so much bulk and so much weight. So I'm excited. I brought the crazy with me. You know when you're on camera, don't you? Because you stop. So yeah, I brought her with me. I wanted to try it out, and I figured, you know what, I've spent a lot of the winter hunkering down in places, and right now I want some vistas, some views. It's quite a cool campsite. If you probably saw, there's like a mountain in the background on this nice point. It's a little windy and it's supposed to rain real hard tonight, so it'll be a good test for the tent. And that was the other thing, I wanted to bring Blue. She wants to be out with me, and it's warm enough at night where she can come, but she's fine under the tarp. A lot of people ask me that. She doesn't go anywhere, but like any dog, if she hears a noise in the night, she gets up, she goes out, she putters around a bit, and then she comes back. And I don't really want her doing that if it's going to be raining in the middle of the night, going out, getting wet, coming back into bed and things like that. So anyway, enough talking, let's set this up. They take, obviously, everyone knows about these at this point. That's something I've never seen, but so obviously the main difference with these tiger wall tents compared to a normal tent is it uses this 2-string design to basically pull the tent out, the mesh out, because you've only got one pole. So rather than having a pole in the corner, they use this 2-string design to pull it out. Hi, you having fun? What are you doing? I love you. Excuse me. Thank you. Woohoo! We're getting. So you might be asking yourself why I went with the UL3 and not the UL2. And the reason is every pad that I own is square on the end, and they're 25 inches by 25 inches. That goes for my pad, my wife's pad, my son's pad, and the UL3 is a perfect rectangle. It's 60 inches at the top and 60 inches at the bottom, whereas the two all narrow at the bottom down to like 46 inches, I think, something like that, and the pads would overlap. So that's no good. So that's why I went with the 3. And for the extra space. This is Blue's little sleeping pad. I updated all my gear list as well. It'll be down in the descriptions. People kept asking me about it. I didn't have my tarps and stuff on there, and I've got all Blue's gear on there as well now. Yeah. And Blue's pad fits in there perfectly, so that's good. That's good. What do you think? You want to get in? excuse me, look out, come here. Back up, go, get away, get away. Well, while we're waiting for that, get me some nice coals. Gonna enjoy Northway Brewing Company Perfect Day Pilsner. Perfect Day Pilsner, a classic German style Pilsner with Bavarian malts and Saphir and Tettnang hops. Light, crisp and refreshingly clean. Cheers guys. Ooh. It's alright. It's a little hoppier than I prefer. But most of them are, but I was telling my wife the other day, I've decided, we had to go to the supermarket, we were just getting to that point where we needed meat and stuff, that if I'm going to buy beer right now, I mean normally I drink Bud Light, but with everything that's going on, try and shop local, and try and help them out. But I mean still, they're not, the other thing with craft beers, it's not cheap. 4-pack of these was like $13. It's expensive. But it's alright. Definitely needs to be colder. Definitely needs to be colder. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, why? Why am I having a fire here when there was a fire pit down at the campsite? But me and Blue took a little walk earlier and we came to look for some good hardwood, because obviously everything around here is pine. I've got steak to cook, and we ended up coming so far that I thought we can either drag all the wood down to the campsite and sit in the wind where it's cold, or we can just bring ourselves to the wood, have a fire back here. I mean, it's hot here, like I'm warm here, I'm sweating, but down by the water's edge the breeze is freezing, so I think it made more sense to come here. I mean, obviously the main thing is make sure the fire is out 100%, which I always do anyway, but also it depends where you are. Up here the rule is, I think it's like you have to be at least 150 feet from any water or any water source, and 150 feet from any trail, and I'm God knows how far away from the trail, and I'd say close to 200 yards away from the water, so it's not a problem. Oh, see how warm I am, I'm all red in the face. Tell you what, you don't know how happy it makes me when she sits at my feet like that. That's one thing I always wanted, was a dog that would just curl up at your feet, you know. Hey, hey, America, fuck yeah. Tell you what, there must be a full moon or something, because I've got a plate, I've got cutlery, I've got my steak, and I've got seasoning. Well, things are looking up, guys. The times, they are a-changing. You will have some, don't worry, you will get some. I have food for her as well. It's back at the tent. Come on, Delmonico. Bit of a bad steak. Slap of the buff. Right, let's get this on. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Right, here we go. Moment of truth. Ooh. Straight through a fatty piece. Boom. Pretty much perfect. Yeah, baby. Shagadelic. Oh, that's so good. No. You can't see her, but she gets a piece. So I have a serious question to ask, and this might seem a bit ridiculous given that I'm just showing off a new tent, but I've never hammock camped before. I don't own a hammock, but I'm wondering if this summer it'll be a good idea. Given how busy the trailheads are already, like, I love my tarp in the colder months, but when the bugs are out, it's not so great. And once the snow melts, it can be hard, it gets a lot harder to find, you know, flatter places to put it down. And I'm just thinking, if the trails are going to be so busy, like looking around, if I got a hammock, I wouldn't have to worry about a tent site. I could pitch it pretty much wherever, you know, whereas a tent would be much better at a tent site. So that's what I'm thinking, just because I'm sure it's going to be so busy. That it might be the most viable option in terms of like just being able to have a decent place to sleep. So let me know. Put down in the comments, A, if you think I should get a hammock, or B, if I should get a hammock, which hammock should I get? That's the next question. So yeah, let me know, drop me a comment. Of course, we get back to the campsite and The wind has died down completely, but do you see this? Those little guys. 2 loons. First ones I've seen this year. If you can see them. There and there. Just relaxing. I wonder if they'll start looning later on. Okay. Go on. Whoa, big strong pig. Oh my god. Oh man, I've missed this. I have missed this. It's perfect right now. I mean, in an ideal world there'd be a little more sun on my sunset, but it's like perfect temperature. I've got my undershirt, my flannel on, and I'm nice, I'm comfortable. Considering how windy it was earlier, it's just quiet, just that dead still. Man, never mind buying a hammock. It's really not in the cards for me right now, but I've just been, for like, God, for the past 4 years at least, every year I'm like, oh, just wish I could get one of those solo canoes. I'd paddle the living daylights out of it. Especially when the water, especially seeing this now, it's like, oh my god. It's just glassy. When people ask me why I go camping, or why I love camping so much, it's this right here. I always tell people it's those little moments. Just those little moments. The loons died. There goes the loon. You gotta love that noise. That means spring is here. Summer is on its way. Alright guys, well we're both snuggled in bed. That's one thing I realised about the honcho poncho, is not only can I wear it if I need to, but it makes a good dog blanket. So. Anyway, she's got a vest on, a little fleece, I'm in my sleeping bag, I'm gonna go to sleep. So unless anything changes, I will see you in the morning. Well, good morning. As you can see, it's raining. I woke up about 3:30 and it was raining. I peed. I got back to bed. Now it's about 6:30 and it's still raining, and now it's windy as well. So that should be fun, but the nice thing about the tent is I can pack up inside the tent. If you're a novice and you have trouble sleeping in a tent, I recommend you go tarp camping a couple times and you will sleep like a baby in the tent. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get up and pack up. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this, give it a like, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.